Hello everyone and welcome back to the WCA European Open Qualifier. I always wanted to say Pro Qualifier, but no, it's the Open Qualifier. We just saw our first game, which was Nicker versus Helsing, where Nicker managed to win 2-0. He's now in the semi-final, and our next game is going to be the next quarterfinal. The players we're going to be seeing are going to be Prado, the Orc, who is definitely the underdog, against HawK, the human powerhouse. Is he the king of human from Europe? Yes, let's take you. Let's take you out of this.
I'm not so sure about that.
Let's say you're out of the equation here.
Yeah, then he might be.
Then he might be.
He might be the runner-up for that.
All right, he's talking him down right now.
No. HawK is one of the best guys we have as a human players, and we just got the vetoes. So before we talk about the vetoes, I think you want to do quite some introductory stuff about that, to see where the players are coming from, what they had to play against, and who they were to overcome to finally be here to play in the quarterfinal of that cup.
Of course, there was the first stage of this Open Qualifier on Friday. If you missed it, shame on you. It was a great tournament. And Prado managed to win against Action, Mui, Spaten, Starshaped, and Rosenkill. The rounds going down in that order. And yeah, you guys talked about it a little bit. That was kind of a difficult road, Starshaped and Rosenkill especially. But now he is here. He managed to get through the best of one stage and is now facing HawK, one of the toughest guys there is.
Yeah, especially against as an inactive player for quite some time, because Janus pointed it out earlier. He was inactive for quite some time, not playing anything, not playing any WarCraft games so far. And then he was able to overcome all these players, especially, like, I think Starshaped should have been one of the guys who actually eliminate him from the tournament, because Starshaped is kind of solid, a good native player, especially against Orc. It's kind of tough. And if your A game is not there, native is always, we have just seen it, like Nicker destroyed actually Helsing. It was even outclassed on the first map. Second map kind of really tough and really close in the end, but then he kind of outclassed him there as well, I think, because he got all the right responses.
Yeah, that was really cool to see, like how quick he was on his feet, on the fly, the right decisions.
That's really good.
And many people say that's what makes a champion. Like having those clutch calls be the right ones. Yeah. That's one of the really difficult things. Your micro can be good, your game plan can be good, but when you get shaken and then you have the right response, that is, of course, what can make you very strong. But yeah, Prado, you said it. He has been inactive for a while. He actually works 2 jobs on the side from playing WarCraft to support his family. And yeah, he is the dark horse of the tournament. Something else that many people know him for, he is the 2-on-2 partner of TH, or he has been for some 2-on-2 tournaments here and there. I don't really know how that connection came to be. Do you have any idea how those guys met each other?
He asked me on for a 2-on-2 tournament, and TH was not available for that. So he asked me, he was like, I need a replacement, and I think the next best human after TH is you. Yeah, something like that. It was like maybe slightly different words. And then he asked me, and he was like, yeah, usually I play with TH because we are good friends. I was like, why? Like, just like you would ask, like, why are you good friends with a Chinese player that you barely see and stuff? And he was like, yeah, I was on this one LAN party. I don't know where it was, but he actually met him and played against him. And he thought, like, hey, Prado, you're quite a cool guy. Let's stay in contact. And then they played all the cups. He organized everything. He just got him to the cups, and then they played quite some good games there.
Very cool story. Yeah. So apparently he's really friends with TH. Not something you might necessarily expect. And of course, HawK, he is, well...
the list is so long. Actually, we have this so big sheet, and the list is so long.
So you guys know, he's super strong. You know, he won a lot. And most notably, WEL last year, 3rd place finish. Among all the Chinese, that was one of those big moments where we were like, oh man, European WarCraft, pretty damn strong. And of course, HawK being on the forefront of this. But some more fluff that you guys may not know about. He works out quite a lot. I don't know if you guys know how he looks, but he's, you know,
quite buff. Yeah.
Pretty buff guy. And he wears like... something that you might see from those Eastern guys a little bit. He has a silver chain and he has the tank top, also called the wife beater. That's how we met him in China. So yeah, he has a certain image that he portrays.
A certain image, like maybe even the shy bad boy. Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, he kind of.
Because he's kind of shy, because he's not like really talking all too much, because maybe his English skills are not that great, and he don't want to embarrass himself. Because usually, if you meet him on LAN, we have a lot of people exchanging like ideas, talking about the game, talking about different stuff, talking about the country, culture, everything. Yeah. But HawK is sometimes all for himself. Like, he goes to the player area, sets everything up, plays his perfect game, tries to be as good as he possibly can, and then he disappears. He's in his hotel room, maybe watching replays, doing whatever, and you don't see him around.
Yeah, He's a guy who can get ready by himself. He doesn't need anyone else. Today it's gonna be his time to show that he can make it to China on his own. It's all on his shoulders. No one else is responsible. But before we get into the game, we're going to be doing that real quick because we did for the other player. We're going to do it here as well. In the Open Qualifier first round, he won against Nate, Vampy, Torin, and Kwai, and that was honestly a fairly easy round. Yeah. And I think we could be telling them right now that we are ready and that we can get the game underway in just a little bit here. Yeah, Twisted Meadows is going to be the first map, and let's take a look at the vetoes.
Exactly, and what the vetoes say here, if you have for Prado, he's vetoing Last Refuge, a map that is pretty good, actually for human, and especially for HawK, he's so good on that map. And for HawK, we see the veto against the Orc player is Ancient Isles, and Ancient Isles is quite a painful map. I can say that for my own experience, because for human player it's quite hard to play there. The creep routes are not that favorable. You don't get that super fast level 3, and for that he's vetoing that map out. We stay with Twisted Meadows. That will be the first map that we will jump into right away, and then we will follow this up with either Turtle Rock or Echo Isles, but we will see this in for the next match. So,
alright, here we have it. Twisted Meadows, a big map. We have seen some crazy stuff here. We of course all remember Foggy versus Cash. Unfortunately, none of these players are playing now in this tournament anymore. They have dropped out in the Open Qualifier. But yeah, this is a big map. A lot of cheesy stuff can happen. A lot of unpredictable stuff. And usually that is something that the underdog would go for. And that's something that the more solid, more stable player has to look out for. What do you think the odds are here of the Orc going for something non-standard?
Yeah, I don't really think that he will go for a standard play, because let's be honest, if you are the outsider, if you are the guy, the dark horse so-called, the guy who nobody expects to win that round against HawK, maybe something out of the box is what you need to overcome this player, because we all know that HawK is definitely the favorite of the tournament, and he also was the favorite for the Pro Qualifier where he dropped out against Foggy. Oh, Rudin, I think he dropped out against Rudin, and it was kind of a disappointment, even though Rudin is a good player, but it's still disappointing to see HawK not going to Cologne to be able to play that big offline tournament there already, to qualify for the WCA anyhow, and now he's taking a second chance on a Twisted Meadows. He will start with the Laboratory Creep right away, using the first Water Elemental there to get the cooldown going, to be ready to set a second Water Elemental ready. We see the Scout Pier not finding his opponent, so he has to go the other way around, but he's also getting a Voodoo launch here, which means that he might go for some creeping for himself.
So I'm very glad we have you here for this map. You of course are a human expert and you know a lot about the matchup, and I think also a lot about HawK. And we know he is struggling lately against Orc. Does he traditionally favor the tier 2 tower push? What is your experience with this? Because that is one of the big strategies that the humans of course like.
Yeah, he likes to play that, but what I also saw from his streaming that you can see on Twitch is that he is also using the Blood Mage recently against Orc, and a lot of players actually struggle against that, so because they never experienced that, especially an old player like Prado, who is not familiar with the new metagame. Maybe he checked a few replays, but still, playing against the Blood Mage is a whole different game than playing against the standard Beastmaster, kind of pushy style that you want to see to maybe kill a Borrow or two. But so far, Prado is delaying the second Borrow, is going for a later tech here, because he got the Voodoo launch early on, is now creeping the Gnoll Overseer in front of the base of his opponent, and we can see HawK is also going for some more creeping. He got a Sobi Mask from the Laboratory, great item, just kicks your mana generation in together with the Brilliance Aura. It's just super strong, and we can see that HawK will be teching in no time. But what I want to point out is HawK hates Twisted Meadows. In all the tournaments that he played, he always vetoed Twisted Meadows. You will never find a replay.
Chechi told me, and War Chief told me, it's pretty much common knowledge. So, do you have a theory here why this time around the last hit?
Whoa,
that would have been huge, actually. That would have been so huge.
Yeah, no real theory about that. I think he's just playing Twisted Meadows because he feels comfortable playing against Prado. Because he thinks that Ancient Knights is maybe even worse for him. But still, it's kind of like a surprise that we see him play that map. Now he's going for the next Brute here, which will give him a lot of experience, and he will go up to 2.7.
Yeah, he has so much mana right now as well. He can summon 2 Water Elementals, go into the Orc main. If he decides to do that, he could cancel a Borrow, but is that really worth it? Investing your time in that manner?
Yeah, what you also have to say, you have to repair, and when you are repairing, you're losing wood, you're losing gold, and you are not harvesting lumber. So by going for the Borrow and forcing him to repair that, it just gives you more than just denying the Borrow, maybe. It just gives you all the working time that the peons lose, actually, and all the resources that come with that. So maybe he's going for that, but right now he's just keeping his units in the middle of the map, while the Archmage is trying to find the level 3 here, and he's going for the next Gnoll Brute, and this is the third green camp that he's getting, and this is all that you need to get super close to level 3.
Yeah, one peon kill would be enough to secure him that level, but that's of course difficult with just an Archmage. In the meantime, the Footmen are running away from the Blade Master, but you don't really need to deal damage here, do you? You want to find level 3 before tier 2, and that's definitely gonna happen. Yeah. Of course, with Twisted Meadows being such a big map and quite a few, you know, little camps that you can take with either Militia or the Archmage or Footman. You know, spread yourself thin throughout the map so that the Orc cannot harass everything that you are doing. And yeah, he is gonna find his level 3. And question is, Mountain King or Beastmaster? I feel like we only rarely see Mountain King anymore.
Yeah, Mountain King definitely got the place in that game, because you can use the Mountain King really efficiently later on, and he's scaling really well into the late game. While the Beastmaster is falling off a little bit, the Mountain King just becomes stronger. With every item you find, like maybe some HP boosting items, maybe some mana boosting items, this guy gets so scary, but with that early level 3, you usually aim for the Beastmaster, because you can just have Water Elementals and Quill Beast providing so much damage, denying the tier 2 buildings. You can see him. He's going there with right the perfect timing.
Exactly. And HawK, he has quite a late tech, but because he has that level 3 Archmage, with him solo, he can deal so much damage here. He could also cancel the Bestiary. He already did it with the Spirit Lodge.
Yeah, he will.
And this would not happen with a level 2 Archmage.
Look, in the meantime, the Orc player's on the opposite side of the map. He can do nothing about that. Creeping the Overseer here, killing a Footman, also close to level 3. But since he's not level 3, he will not be faster. If he is killing... Oh no, the Borrow killed the Water Elemental. If he killed that with a Peon, he would have been level 3, and the level 2 Windwalk makes him so much faster. He would be there in no time, but the Archmage is also dropping kind of low. He's still cancelling that, and if he cancelled that Beast, he just got no more wood to build another Spirit Lodge, because he's taking a third attempt on this Bestiary, and we can see HawK already finished that Arcanes, and now the Archmage has to Townpole out, because the Hex was there, the Blade Master was there, and he was kind of forced to use the safety mechanism.
But still, man, this is quite a bit of delay. And the one Water Elemental, oh my god, if this actually gets a cancellation, that would just be insult to injury. But no, the Blade Master is gonna make sure it dies. Actually, kind of a big kill. He's gonna get level 3 right here. Tries to run away and run out, but it doesn't work. So now he can solo creep his SH. So yeah, he gave a lot of space to the human, but he also found his level 3 on the Blade Master, which is nice. But usually you say you want to rather keep your hero and the hero from the human away from leveling, rather than having them both level.
Yeah, that's true. And what we can say here, HawK is also playing this game super safe. He's getting the improved lumber harvesting that will give him like so much lumber. And what he also got in his main base is a guard tower. Because if you creep the laboratory early, the Blade Master can easily go there, buy the Zeppelin, maybe even the Shredder, and drop inside your main base. And if you don't have a tower prepared there, he will just go there, kill all your workers, and then you're in all sorts of trouble.
Look at this from HawK. He's going really far out of the map with just a level 1 MK and a few Footmen.
Yeah, he wanted to creep deck the Orc player in front of the main base of the Orc, and now he's stealing the big hand.
But if he fights here against the level 1 SH, who is pretty strong compared to level 1 MK,
nah,
I guess he only loses Footman, so that's not too bad.
The Mountain King is stronger than the Shadowhunter, to be honest, because the Bolt is so strong you can easily snipe down the grunts. Because he will have the level 2 Water Elementals, and now we see a Rob of the Maggie for the Mountain King, so he will have even more bolts. So if you go there with level 2 Water Elementals and the Bolt, you will easily kill like 2 grunts, minimum. And the Shadowhunter, now level 2, finally having that heat wave, can keep the units alive. But if you creep jack him there, it's super painful. So I really see the read there, and I really see the idea that he tried to do. And it was not paying off, but also stealing the experience from your opponent's side of the map is a great deal.
Yeah, I guess you have a point there, especially there's not much you can lose. Losing MK, not that big of a deal. Losing Footman, not that big of a deal. Of course, the Archmage, he's the one you want to have to survive. By the way, he sold his TP. And the militia train is coming. The police are on their way. They have been called 911. It's an emergency, and it's gonna be trouble for the Orc by the looks of it. First Borrow dies right away, and here we see the first Sorceresses, the Bolt, no Spirit Link. The first Raider dies for free. So big losses right away. The offensive Borrow, which is supposed to have peons in it, and a Raider, and there's 3 Water Elementals. There's a Zombie Mask, man. It's worth so much. And the SH, he doesn't have much here. The next bolt flies onto a Raider. The heal wave is healing it. Yeah, but it's not level 3. SH is actually kind of close. And here we have a Kodo Beast. Fly also likes to do this.
Yeah, Kodo is really important. You have to eat the level 2 Water Elementals. But what you can also see is not using Spirit Link yet. And he was not able to get the upgrade. So there's no Dispel yet for the Spirit Walkers. Is he using the Spirit Link? Finally, yes. But there are 3 Water Elementals with the Zombie Mask and the Clarities. He was able to replenish all the mana there. But now the Shadow Hunter is finally level 3, buying a second mana potion, using a healing wave once again to juice up the units. The Kodo Beasts haven't eaten anything yet. The 2 Every Towers go down. God Tower is being upgraded. But if he's killing the second hero there of the human player, this would be a great deal. But the Mountain King stays alive. He gives him the potion of healing from the Archmage. Now the Archmage is kind of risky there.
It's true, but there's no more mana on the Blade Master, so Windwalk is not that big of a deal. SH finally reaches level 3, and that's a lot of sustain. Of course, the human wants to chew through all the mana and all the regen and stuff, and have everything of the Orc slowed so that he can slowly chop him down over time. But he needs the guard towers to back him up in this. By the way, this entire time, the Walker ethereal form doesn't help him. He saves the other one nicely. One tower gets up, one gets destroyed, but killing that one, he's committing so much to it. He really needs to get it. If he doesn't get the kill, that's a huge blow to him. But I guess he's gonna get it in the end. Yes, he is. But has it been too costly?
I'm not sure, because Prado also was rebuilding the Borrow that he earlier lost, so he can easily build more units. I think a second Kodo Beast would have been super helpful. Starting the Dispel upgrade for the Walkers would have been a great thing, but now he's starting a third Walker, so maybe he wants to get out as many units as possible. Even Headhunters could be a choice there. Is he able to kill the Water Elemental? He's going for the Mountain King once again. The Mountain King still got a potion. The Peons are not attacking, so they're not solving up the slows that could be casted on them. Now the Blade Master is still attacking. More Clarity Potions being used. I think so far Prado is playing this really well throughout the whole game, but he's kind of struggling because the human player is just getting stronger. The first breaker arrives, and the towers are going up once again.
Yes, this is the lifeline of HawK. He needs those towers to complete, and for now his heroes and his army are tanking a lot of the damage. And it seems like Prado's forces are dwindling in rapid fashion. Another clutch heal wave comes in. The Blade Master is still standing strong. We have one bolt available, by the way. It's only level 1 though, and the first tower gets cancelled just seconds before completion. That was pretty sweet timing. Is he gonna get the same success with the second one? The Kodo needs to start hitting. Eats first. Now he needs to attack, but on the bottom of the fight, Blade Master needs to be really careful. Almost missed that. And the tower is actually going to complete. He split his damage, and the tower finds its completion. And he's also going to lose the Kodo, and that's when things can start turning around. Only 34 supply left for the Orc, and now it's getting tough.
Now it's getting really tough for him. I think all the small mistakes adding up here. He was not able to eat the Water Elementals, and he didn't even start the Dispel yet. There's still no Dispel, and if you don't have Dispel against that, you actually lose. And this is what we see. We see HawK winning the first map. GG from Prado. And yeah, the first map was, like, I have to say, really smooth from HawK. He was doing everything that he had to do. He was cancelling the buildings over and over again. And by doing that and delaying the tier 2 units, delaying the Dispel, delaying the Kodo Beast a little bit, and also delaying all the rest of the stuff that comes with that, he just went for a perfect start into the game and then finishing that with a slight tower rush. Really well done.
Yeah. Taking advantage of the early lead he got and capitalizing, as we see, get more and more ahead.
Yeah.
And I guess he got a little bit impatient. He finished it like, if he had the idea to go for that pressure, why Mountain King?
I'm not really sure. Maybe
did he maybe get the creep camp and think, all right, I have so much experience taken away from my opponent, and I find the Zombie Mask is the Row of the Magi. But is that a big deal?
Yeah, but you cannot really...
the second hero is weird with that strategy, right?
You cannot really predict that you find that item there.
Yeah, but if you find it, maybe you sell your TP and say, all right, police, come over here. We have a situation.
That's not worth it, because this tournament is like really like making it into the later stages, like winning that game like pretty damn solid. And this is what he did. He went for the solid route, because the Beastmaster is scaling not that well into the late game. I mentioned that. And when he loses that push, and if this is not successful, if this is being prevented...
Yeah, so you think he wants a plan B?
Yeah,
there's a fallback plan.
The only follow-up plan, if you lose that push, and if you are not achieving what you wanted to do there in the first place with the Beastmaster, is a tower rush right after that. And if this fails...
I know what you mean, yeah.
Good luck, bro.
You said it extremely well. The Beastmaster falls off so hard, and the MK is the exact polar opposite. So yeah, it makes sense with a fallback plan. The one thing is, like, why does he sell a TP though? It's kind of risky. If he wants to have that fallback plan...
Who sold TP?
The HawK did.
No, he had to use it. You had to use the TP when the Shadow Outer came out. Then you had to use the TP because the Blade Master was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
but
right.
He still played like.
But he didn't
really
repurchase it.
Yeah, this is kind of scary, and he was not getting like a Zeppelin because sometimes you can save them because you know you delayed the bestiary, so there are no raiders, so you can easily save your heroes by using the Zeppelin. But what he also did is like preventing the opportunity of weakness there by getting that guard tower in place to actually have the safe plan there, so that the Zeppelin drop will not be there because Xelding is using this, Orc Workers are using this, just abusing the fact that there is a Zeppelin or can possibly being used against you, just preparing for that very occasion, saved him the game. Like, even before that happened, because when you realize, okay, there's a tower, then you don't buy that Zeppelin. But if you buy it and fly there, and it's, like, not worth anything, because it's already being prevented even before you do it. So he pulled all the right calls there. It was really great to see.
That's a good point. It's a good point. And I know you are a big fan of this, of mind games, of trying to screw with your opponent. You tower rush him once, and for the rest of the series and for the rest of the tournament, they're going to have that in the back of their minds. And this is Echo Isles. And this is a very short distance, you know this. You have played a few tower rushes here.
This is a super short distance, and this is also kind of like, you really want to tower rush your opponent there. You want to do as much damage as you can. Maybe he's going for the Mountain King once again for the early mercenary creep with the Mountain King second, or maybe even a forced expansion. But like I see it, I think HawK will go for the safest possible route there. Because we have seen like favorites dropping out of the tournament. Foggy didn't make it into that round. Cash dropped out earlier, and you don't really want to have that. Like favorites dropping out that early and losing that very first game wouldn't be in the best case here. And losing that second game here by playing like something out of the box is not worth it. Like, why would you do that if your game plan is so solid? If you're trusting onto your skills, there shouldn't be a problem. Just go for the best possible thing that you can do. And if this is Mountain King for HawK, do that.
Yeah. But HawK, he did notice that Prado almost fought it off. He almost held it. It looked very good at some point, but in the end, not quite enough. So I think
doesn't even matter.
I think he's feeling comfortable, but I think he doesn't have respect, and he should have respect, because he needs to be careful here. This is still single elimination tournament. You screw up one best of 3 and you're out. You're not going to China, you're not getting any money, at least if you drop out right now. So there is no there's no reason to start getting sloppy. You really cannot afford to slip up here. And yeah, early game starting. We of course see the Archmage and pointing towards green camp creep. Mercenary camp first is not really being done anymore, is it?
Mercenary camp with an Archmage is not really a thing, because you lose a lot of time, you lose a lot of resources, because you call them militias, and by using that you just don't have the far stake that you usually want to have.
Yeah, makes of course very much sense against Orc. You want to have level fast tech as quickly as possible, of course. By the way, that's one thing on Twisted Meadows, right? With the Goblin Lab creep, you do lose those many resources, and that's why his tech was so late, and that's why this level 3 Archmage was so key. Is he gonna get it again on Echo Isles? Honestly, I think Prado could have done a bit of a better job harassing and preventing some of that leveling, but it's really tough on Twisted. But Echo also has those opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. Evasion creeping is a big thing here, because you can find so many spots that you can easily creep with the Archmage and one footman. And the spots, like what you have here in the bottom, you can maybe point it out. We have these 2 green camps where Tomb of Experience can be found. And if you find that, you can make like skyrocketing to level 3 in no time. So for the Blade Master, we see a Glove of Haste for the Archmage. He's going right over there because he knows that his opponent is creeping, because the Footman scouted that early on. He's trying to put some pressure onto Prado here right from the start. This is maybe not that typical from a human player. Now he's getting the healing salve, and HawK has to retreat from that, I think. Maybe he's killing the Voodoo Launch that can be easily replaced. We see attack coming out for Prado. We see attack coming out for HawK. HawK even skipped the 3rd farm, so his tech was even faster than the one from the Orc. And now he's getting a super early Llama Mill. And this kind of tells already a story for me, because I kind of want... I think we will see a Beastmaster here and then a Tower Rush follow-up.
Yeah, worked for him well the first time, and didn't even have necessarily the perfect hero for it. Of course, you want the level 3 Archmage, and already this time that he has invested could have been spent creeping at least the little green dudes. That would have been level 2, so he has slowed down his leveling. He killed the Voodoo Lounge. You said it's easily replaceable, though. The Orc doesn't need the healing right now. He purchased quite a few heal cells already. He also purchased a Claws of Attack at the marketplace, and another item, another Circlet of Nobility. So stacking his Blade Master very, very heavily. If this is a good item, not really. Not really at all.
The Potion of Greater Mana can be used on the Shadowhunter really efficiently later on. And what we also see in HawK's base, he's getting rid of the important trees, so that he's making enough space in the back of his base to get both of the Sanctums there. So this is really nice to see from the human player. And what we also see, his Archmage is going for the Murloc spot that I pointed out early on with the Murloc Nightcrawler. This is the guy that you want to kill, the level 3 one, the blue guy. And
he's rolling the dice. He's rolling the dice, 20%. Doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. He's not going to the casino today, but if he's going, he's definitely losing some money, but right now he's looking forward to make some money by winning the tournament here. And the Grunts finally finds... you can see the ends there on both of the Grunts.
If he tries to go for a surrounder, this is very dangerous. The Blade Master could be coming. 2 footmen are low. He is committing to it, though. But the Grunts are fighting back. 1 Grunt is most certainly gonna fall. Yeah, the surround is gonna get opened up, but too late. Blade Master comes, has no boots of speed. The Archmage stole him, and he's very stacked, but all he can really hope to accomplish
Another ensnare onto the Grunt there. 2 water elements is there, 1 footman still left, the second footman comes there.
Oh my god.
Is he really losing the second one?
He used the greater mana potion to get as much strength right now as possible just for the windwalk. I wanted to say moonwalk already, waking up the creeps. Nice ensnare there, but it's only a footman.
Finally an ensnare in favor of him. He could be killing that one, but the Grunt is still looking to survive there, and he got a pretty tough life. And I'm not really sure, because the Archmage also got the boots of speed, so he can easily chase that one. He can also use another water mantle, but he's not going for it. We can see the Orc already arrived at tier 2, but as we speak of tier 2, the human player just did it himself.
Alright, you mentioned this in the beginning of the first map. HawK has been experimenting with a Blood Mage, inspired by Reprisal, the master of that hero. So
not really the master. There's a guy in Korea that is definitely hurt by that, because we have Angry Korea Man, the guy who was really climbing that.
Alright, let's say the second best then. Let's say the second
maybe
best
after me. No, just kidding. He's really, really strong.
Yeah, he is, in all honesty, the master of the Blood Mage. He brought him back into the metagame. And we saw him just on Twisted Meadows tower rushing with not a Beastmaster. Tower rushing with the Blood Mage. Is that an option, or does that hero just not suit that strategy?
Absolutely. With the Siphon mana, you can easily get all the mana from your opponent's heroes and then give it to your Archmage, especially if when he hits level 3. You can have like 3 water elementals. We have seen what 3 water elementals can actually do to an Orc player if he's not researching this spell. I hope this time everything goes a little bit more in Prado's favor, because this time the Spirit Lodge is not being harassed. This time the Bestiary is not being cancelled. So I think Prado is in a pretty good spot if he got the idea right, how to counter that hero and how to actually deal with the tower rush. And what we have seen on Twisted was kind of convincingly for me, even though he lost that match, he did almost all the right calls.
So you're still expecting a tower rush here?
Yeah, as soon as he hits level 3, I think he will easily go for the tower rush. Because the Blood Mage, from my personal experience of playing that guy, is also not that great late game. He can, of course, be good if he's in a great position. Siphoning mana from the Shadowhunter can always be hurtful to the Orc. But I don't think that the spells are really that great in the late game. Because the Blade Master Critical Strike is a great hit, but also the Banish can be really hurtful for the Orc. But I don't know.
I think the Banish needs to be really key here. The Blade Master has started stacking some serious heat, bro. Look at this.
Look, the Orc is able to find the first
he's
sorceress.
Intercepting this. This is so huge. He has Ensnare, I do believe, but no Raider out just yet. And
dude, why is he retreating?
I'm not sure. That's, by the way, still no boots of speed on the Blade Master, trying to keep him as stacked as possible. And he's just afraid. Does he have no speed scroll?
Scared.
He has a speed scroll, and he's still retreating.
He's so scared. Maybe the first game left such a huge impression on him, because he felt like, oh, I did everything right. Why did I lose? And now he's going for the second Walker before the upgrade once again. There will be no Dispel. He's going for the Kodo Beast. As you pointed it out, it's super important, and Fly likes that one. And I think we talked about that another day, like maybe for the Pro Qualifier, but you pointed out that a lot of Orc players don't get the boots of speed anymore, because maybe they want to have the money against the tower rush, and maybe it's not completely worth it to get that boots.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're in that static situation. When the tower rush is hitting you, that movement speed is not too damn useful. Oh, the Ensnare is really big on the Sorceress. There's the reveal though, and there is, of course, Siphon mana first. No Banish, so the Blade Master can kind of go crazy here. But it's a terrible position for the army to be following up. He doesn't want to commit there.
Absolutely.
And he does get out of it.
And now he's forcing Prado into units that he really don't want to build, like especially a Catapult right now. The tower rush is not really coming here, so why would you get a Catapult? He's playing it super safe. I think the first game just left a huge impression.
Now hexing the... interestingly, hexing the second hero, but not attacking it. And now he is fighting into this terrible position.
And he's going for a third walker before the upgrade. So I don't really see this all too often, because I think the upgrade is way too important. You need that dispel. If you don't get that dispel, you will just keep being kited. You can see it here. The speed scroll, as soon as this wears off, you're just super slow. It's not called slow just for fun, because it really slows you down heavily.
But the Orc is getting close to 50 supply, and of course, one of the strengths of the tower push is that usually it hits you before that time.
And
but
the police was actually called, so right now they like, okay, my shift is over, I get back to my hometown.
And he was anticipating a fight, I guess, but who's really suffering is the SH, man. He's not getting any level progression here, and 3 water elementals, no, never mind.
And fake water elementals.
2s are fake, yeah, exactly. And the Orc is committing pretty far outside of his base, getting kind of kited here, or baited rather.
And there's only one end snare. If you had like 2 raiders, just imagine 2 raiders in the catapult. It adds up so well. Grubby used that back in the day, end snaring one of the sorcerers, going for it with the catapult, killing a unit over and over again. It's like really, really good when you can use it to the fullest. Now he's going for it. Is he able to end snare that? Okay, he can easily counter the end snare with the banish. Forget what I just said. It's out of the window.
Yeah, and he engages with the speed scroll. Many orcs are too scared to do this. Of course, the walkers can still attack.
Look, the Shadowhunter chills there in the back. He's not bringing all his forces there, but he's countering the end snare perfectly with the banish. But he also has to invest quite some banish for that.
Yeah, and the walkers can still attack the ethereal units, but then they get the invisible cast, so they survive anyways. So far, HawK hasn't lost anything. Finally level 2 on the SH, getting mana drain, but not for much. Police are coming in. He was dragging the fight closer to his main base, and remember, there's no more speed scroll. Did Prado overextend? It certainly looks like it. How much is he gonna lose because of it? At least 1 raider. Is that going to be the end of it, though? He is trying to retreat as quickly as possible, but it looks like he's gonna be losing another raider. He's still up at 50 supply. And is this going to be followed up with towers?
Yeah, he's using way too much of a Spirit Link there. Even though he cannot really save that raider. Just let it die. Don't use the Spirit Link, because what you really need is the Dispel against the Water Elementals. And you can see it, Water Elementals all over the place. The Archmage is still on 225 mana points. There are so many more Water Elementals to come, and the Blood Mage is just siphoning all the mana in the world. Now the Blade Master is dropping fairly low from Prado, but the human player lets go of it for a moment, and now he tries to replenish the missing HP there with a healing wave, but he's still level 2, and this is not enough.
And of course, the brilliant thing with the Blade Master that is stacked is he can stand in the fight because of heal wave after heal wave after heal wave, but it's only a level 1 heal wave, and that SH doesn't have much mana. Now going for the Blood Mage. Is he gonna be the target here? Yes, he is, but not the victim, because he gets cast invisible, but still quite a lot of Orc forces coming in. More and more banish on the Blade Master, but he gets dispelled. Towers are getting up, but not close to completion just yet. The Orc army is still standing strong, but he is being drained over and over, getting rid of a few towers right now, but the casters are still pretty much untouched, and the walkers are starting to dwindle. Next heal wave, he bought a mana potion to keep up the healing, and the Blade Master in this fight, he's doing so little. Banish over and over and over, and now the HP are really dropping. There's no heal scrolls here for
could
Prado.
Be the target there. Go for the Archmage. Just end snare him. No, the Raiders are dropping super low. Next Water Element being casted. The Blood Mage is doing everything here. Banishing the units, keeping them alive. Banishing the Blade Master, preventing the damage from that hero. And now the Catapults are doing quite some nice work there. He's using another mana potion to actually use the healing wave. But the siphon mana on that hero finally hacks on the Blood Mage. But the Blade Master cannot follow up with damage because he's being slowed. And there's no more Dispel. Kodo Beast dies. And Prado is burning out. This is the burnout when the Orc player runs out of scrolls, runs out of mana on the Shadowhunter. Everything basically dies. This is what you want to prevent, and Prado loses. GG. HawK advances to the next stage and is going to face Mr. Nicker there.
Very convincing performance from the favorite. We all expected HawK to be doing this pretty much, and he did it in a very impressive fashion.
Really, yeah.
Getting advantages early on. I was kind of doubting him on Echo. Sacrificing your early creeping, is that such a good idea? Especially going for the shop kill? I guess, what was that a kind of a mind game thing?
Maybe.
Attacking the shop and being like, yeah, dude, you know what's coming.
But it's like,
you know what's coming.
Yeah, you're like, okay, maybe I tower rush you. Are you like afraid? I will maybe tower rush you in tier 1 right away. Like with a lot of militias, you can do that. But he's like, okay, I know that you are creeping. I will just go here, prevent the healing, maybe prevent the creeping at all. Just kill a few more units. And he was not able to get anything there. Kill the shop, okay, it was not that great. But then the Blood Mage, I think he doesn't have the answer to that. Like, Prado is an old school player. The new meta game is like something that you really have to figure out for yourself. You don't watch a replay and it's like, okay, I just beat it this way, because you have to play out against it and you have to know what to do from your own experience. And this is something that you don't get when you just like go for one tournament. And HawK is like so strong. He won several Jera Cups. He's also called Mrs. or Mr. Jera Cup, because we have 2 of them. And then he's the guy who just plays so confident.
Who is the Mrs. then?
We have the War Chief Rich.
But he has no long hair anymore.
Maybe he turned into something else. No, just kidding. But there's a picture of the...
He's the best of both worlds, maybe.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
Alright, so this is it. Prado had a good run, but he did meet his better in HawK. He was, of course, the favorite. We kind of expected this to be happening. 2-0 for the Russian human player. The game we're going to be having after this
is the infamous Knight of Mirror, Passion Knight of, who's gaining shape against Sonic, the Iron Sonic, or Santa Sonic.
Santa Sonic, Iron Sonic. We all love him from the Ukraine. He's a goofball. We're going to have a bit of a break. In that time, you definitely want to check out on YouTube the video Amazing. Just type in Sonic Amazing. It is pretty damn entertaining.
You can find it there.
We're also being featured, just saying. It is going to be in 20 minutes. I'm looking over towards production. Is that probably 20 minutes?
It will be there.
Yeah, it's going to be in 20 minutes because that is our schedule and we're going to stick to it. We have a bit of time. You have a bit of time. Get something to eat. The next game is Sonic versus Passion, Knight of Mirror. After that, it's going to be, for some people, the big one. Czechi versus Orc Worker. That will be the 4th and final game for today. But next up, Passion versus Sonic. Stay tuned. 20 minutes, something like that, or let's say
maybe a little less.
9 p.m. probably. Stay tuned. We're going to keep you updated. This is the WCA European Open Qualifier. We are getting close to knowing who is going to go to China. We have almost all of the participants already, and 2 still have a chance, and we're going to find out today and tomorrow. See you guys in just a bit.
True that.